Hi, here are my top 5 ways to motivate young people to study. With all these strategies, I use visualization because I've learned that the decision-making part of our brain makes decisions based on images. So we literally need to see what's happening before it happens. Number 1. I ask students, would you love to be able to put your hand up in class more often and get more involved and ask anything you wanted? Most students say, great, yeah, that would be fantastic. Now I ask them to visualize what this would feel like and look like in a classroom setting. Being able to put your hand up in class, get much more involved. Number 2, I ask students, would you like to get greater results in exams that you never dreamed possible? They say, yes, I would love that. Now I ask them to picture what it's like to get this exam back. Are you pumping your fist? Are you jumping up and down? Are you in disbelief? Do you rush home to mum and dad and show them what you got in your exam and watch them almost faint with disbelief? I also ask them to visualize what they're going to do to celebrate this wonderful result. Number 3, money. Money motivates everybody, and young people are included. I ask them, would you love to win the lotto at least once in your lifetime? I explain how doing what you're absolutely passionate about will be the equivalent of winning 4 lottos in your lifetime. The simple maths is, people who do what they're absolutely passionate about will earn on average $100,000 extra a year over their 40-year career. Multiply that by 40, there's your 4 million. Now the decision-making part of our brain doesn't get excited by just money, it needs to have a vision. So I ask students to visualize what it's like to be lying back on your hammock at your holiday home, being able to holiday when you like because you're doing what you love and you get to choose the hours you work. Here's tip number 4. Now with this one I take a much more practical approach. I will walk up to a student, hold up a math study book in front of them and ask them, if you had a choice, would you study this for 20 or 30 minutes? And generally the answer is no. I say, I guess there's no chance of you studying this for 20, 30 minutes for 5 days a week? I say, definitely not. Then I pose this question. What if you were to study this book for 20 to 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week and I told you you could do absolutely anything you wanted to do once you finish year 12? At the very least, you'll be able to have many more choices than you currently would have if you didn't do this study. So they get excited and they say, yeah, I'll do it now. Can you see that the book hasn't changed? However, there's an exciting goal now at the end of the road, and that's what gets us into action. Now I get the students to visualize what it would be like to be a person who wakes up on a Monday morning and just says, I don't want to be doing anything else for work, I love my job. That's what's awaiting our young people. Number 5, this is by far my most effective strategy. This is where I turn motivation into inspiration. I often ask young people, what do you want to do for the rest of your lives? Now I get various answers. I'm going to take the example of doctor because I get that one quite often. I pose this to young people and I say, do you want to just be any doctor, or do you want to be the type of doctor that absolutely cares for their patients and they love coming to you because they know you care and they recommend you to everybody? Now you make a massive difference in these people's lives and they're so grateful that they met you. Now these people are waiting on you to do the study and do whatever it takes to get there and be that doctor for them. Now I also ask students, who's interested in becoming a parent? Who thinks they may become a parent one day? For those who are looking at becoming parents, I get them to visualize what it's like for their children to grow up with a parent who's a living example of doing what you love. What kind of parent do you think you might make? What kind of partner do you think you'll be? Now this is really important because it shifts the focus away from just about me to there's other people willing me on. It's a lot harder to give up when there's other people willing you on and waiting for you to get there. Here's a bonus tip for those of you who have children who have decided that university is not important for their career choice. I've worked with students who are in this situation and I ask them, would you love to one day own your own business, have people working for you in this field? Would you love to be promoted in a business? Now, if you could do a little bit of study in a subject that you don't like mathematics for example, and do well in a subject that you never dreamed possible, what's that going to do for your self-confidence? You are already training to be a successful person by applying this regular habit of doing something you don't really enjoy. Now successful people will tell you they do many things when they don't feel like it because they know they need to do it to be successful.